So welcome, Aquarius, to my temple, the temple of tarot and astrology and yoga. I'm welcoming you in if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Aquarius. This is about the transit of Uranus moving into your fifth house of hopes and dreams and creativity and children and romance and self-expression in all its manifestations. It's moving into a sister sign, Gemini, which is an air sign, as you are. But before I talk specifically to the effect of Uranus in your house or your specific sector of the chart, of the horoscope, I'd like to address what this means for the world at large. There were 2 times when Uranus transited through Gemini, and one of them brought about the Second World War. And the one previous to that brought about the Civil War in the United States. It can be a very explosive, revolutionary force, bringing new technology, new ways of thinking about subjects such as transportation, business, trade, and commerce in all its ramifications. So it brought huge changes in our social structures. It heralded a new age of technological achievement and advancement. And even though we've been going through what I think is a unprecedented revolution in technology with what we're speaking on right now on YouTube and the internet, communication, how we connect is going to change radically. And you ain't seen nothing yet if you think the internet was a shocking new development, which ultimately changed everything. How we trade with one another, how we connect with one another, how we research, and how we, I believe that we'll be able to vote through the internet or in some other way that involves a more advanced technology. I believe our currency is going to undergo tremendous changes with a sort of a fight between control, centralization or control, and decentralization, where the individual becomes sovereign and gains control over their finances, their means of transaction. This battle will play itself out on the domestic scene and on the commercial scene. It will change our lives in ways that can't be predicted, but certainly we have some evidence of those changes. I had a friend who told me that they've seen driverless cars. I think in Arizona, someplace like that. Here in America, already. And so our ways of transporting ourselves from point A to point B will also undergo dramatic changes. And so this will impact every sign. And now let's move on to how it's going to impact your sign, Aquarius, in the fifth house. The fifth house, this is a beautiful placement. As I said, this is a sister sign. So it makes a harmonic connection to your sign. And though it brings disruption and excitement, that's not all bad. It's going to awaken in you a desire for true love, true romance. Now, you might have the propensity of falling head over heels frequently over someone. There'll be many intriguing, captivating, unconventional connections that you may be making. So this is extremely romantic. And of course, Aquarians are very romantic. They are idealistically romantic. So you might let your idealism run before your rational mind can catch up. Forewarned is forearmed. Be careful as you are an open book and an open heart for the next 7 years. And some of you might be thinking about starting a family or just having children. Many single parents now contemplate or do have children that they adopt all by themselves. Or it could be that some of the new technology, some of the new revolutions in the world map, which will be changing borders and boundaries, will have some kind of impact on your romantic life as well as your life with children, yours or your children's children or your extended family in some way. Children will bring creativity and, of course, deep love into your life. And, of course, we also must mention then creativity. It's an extremely creative time. And, of course, Aquarians are enormously creative. But this kind of creative energy is very special because it has an element of the unknown, the untried, the untested in it. So you'll be taking your creativity into places that maybe it's never gone before. Say you painted, well, you could instead take up music or dance or interior decorating or just branch off completely into a whole new artistic paradigm. You're creatively open, willing to try, and there's sudden opportunities for these creative self-expressions that will make the next 7 years very pleasant and exciting for you and full of joy and love due to the presence of Cupid and the innocence of children. Maybe you become more childlike. Maybe you adopt a more sort of like a blank slate towards life, where you get rid of all the old presuppositions and reinvent yourself. That is very exciting. And this might be a very healing time, consequently, for many of you who have been through some trials and tribulations, maybe even recently. So this is a salve of medicine for the previous difficulties. So let's move on to your tarot forecast. Here are the cards. They're the Waite Rider deck. And I want to peruse them just for a moment to make sure that I haven't mistakenly left some reversals in here. I try each reading to put 2 reversals into the deck, and that way, if we get a reversal, we know it's going to be very significant, meaningful, because the deck is not stacked with reversals. So just let me peruse the deck rapidly here, and it seems that they're all upright. So I'm going to deliberately, and there we go, so that you can see what I'm doing. Take 2 cards randomly and reverse them. And that way we have some possibility of negative or a commentary about what our challenge will be, is usually what reversals are all about. And so I just shuffle. It's very difficult with these cards to shuffle. I hope you're well out there, Aquarius. All's well at the edge of the earth, out here in my sanctuary. All right. So you make 3 piles. You restack them. And we're ready. Drum roll, please. Wow, all right, yes. See that? Well, you're definitely getting a new car. Jaguar, something like that, yeah. Or you'll have some sphinxes. They don't make a sphinx car yet, but they will. This is about movement, progress, fast action, and the fulfillment of a goal, targeting your goal. You're very goal-oriented during this time, and you accomplish a great deal. This is also ruled by Cancer, which is about the moon. So Cancer is about family, about children. Maybe you become more maternal. Whether you're a mother or a grandmother or a father, grandfather, you become more maternal. And because this is about Cancer, it's imperative that the soldier that mans the chariot understand his goals, and then once targeting that goal, heads straight to it. So there'll be a lot achieved during this period, creatively and in the area of dreams, manifesting your dream, your highest dream. You'll have the focus necessary to take a dream from a dream into reality. a highly creative and emotionally fulfilling period of your life, full of action, full of, again, exciting events, moving, doing, creating, and not being afraid to engage in society, not fearing the technological advances, but instead joining in the battle for supremacy, for action, for engagement. So you might be very much involved with some of the new technology in your creative work, in your goals, your life goals. This is a beautiful message from Spirit that, you see, the charioteer is extremely focused. He's quietly contemplating the upcoming battle, the upcoming struggle to win your goals, to manifest your dreams. And he's very reverent, realizing that he needs to train his mind and quiet his heart so that he can engage in the unpredictable, unavoidable challenges that are ahead. So that's your forecast for the next 7 years. But it sounds so exciting and just absolutely fits you like a glove. So see you next time. All my love and namaste. Thank you for your support, however you can give it. And all your messages, oh, they mean so much to me. Thank you. Namaste.